Hi, it's Deborah from Create with Compassion. I am a Fun Stamper's Journey independent coach. In this video, I would like to share with you a little bit about the Journey Blooms paper trimmer. This is not a project video. I hope that you will stay tuned though and watch it because it lets you see the value and the worth of the Journey Blooms paper trimmer. This is a foundational type tool that is used for every project that I create. It is a tool that is used very often for cutting or scoring, and so when you choose a paper trimmer, you want one that is going to be of good quality, that is going to last for a long time and not cause you frustration. You can find this paper trimmer on page 298 of your annual catalog. You'll notice the price. In this video, I hope that you will notice that $34.95 is a fair price for such a great product. You will not regret purchasing this and having it as one of your foundational tools. So let's take a look at a tool that helps us to create with compassion. I appreciate the sturdiness and the support that this paper trimmer has no matter where I'm putting pressure on it. I also appreciate that it doesn't slide or move when I am cutting my paper or scoring it, and that's due to the support system that it has on the entire back of the platform, as well as these non-skid little legs here. This platform is 8.5 inches wide by 12 inches long for your paper, the platform where you place your paper. It has 6.5 inches on one side of your cutting line and 2 inches on the other side. If you need to do cuts that are larger than 6.5 inches, there are these extendable arms on the back side. They don't fall out. In fact, you can't even pull them out, but they are so actually easy and simple to access. It has these little buttons here. You just simply press that button and it pops out, and you extend it and it locks into place there, and you can use it on both sides, or you can have just one side out depending on your style of paper trimming. This paper trimmer has measurements at the top in the green, as well as on the platform where you place your paper itself, which I absolutely love, because if I'm doing like 4 1/16, I can very easily know that I have it in just the right place because I'm looking at this. I don't have to try to eyeball here because the 16th measurement is a pretty good distance away and I'd be eyeballing it, but because it's here, I know I've got it spot on. The measurements are etched or cut into the plastic, so they are not going to wear off. The grid is a 1/4 by 1/4 of an inch grid all throughout the entire platform. You've got your measurement here in the middle as well as both ends. The measurement is also on the part that you lift up for your paper, and that is on the underside of it. So when you are scoring or cutting, you are not going to be rubbing your measurements off. Very important. One awesome thing about this paper trimmer is that no matter your paper trimming style, it will work for you. If you are right-handed and you like to measure up here to cut, it works for you. If you like to measure your paper down here closer to you, it works for you. If you are left-handed, you just simply turn it around and you're able to use it in the same fashion. The trimmer comes with 2 cutting blades and 1 scoring blade. The awesome thing about these is, one, their size. I love how easy it is for me to use it and to grab it, as well as the color. They make it very easy to spot if they're in my drawer. And they have the little triangular shapes up at the top that is right along where your cutting track is. So if you are trying to cut a piece of paper, let's say I want to cut this triangle out, I can line that up. It looks pretty good lined up with that track, and the track is narrow. I like that. It doesn't give a lot of wiggle room for my blade. But I can also come up here and make sure that I have it in place with this little pointy thing. And I think I just moved it. and you'll be able to cut out triangles and whatever line shapes that you want. Real easy, because it's easy to see where you are cutting with such a narrow track. This also fits snugly between here, and you also have the measurements up there, so that there's no wiggle room. Your blade is secure in this cutting track. There's no wiggle room, so your cuts are going to be nice and straight. This little triangle shape there tells you right where your blade is, so if you're only doing a partial cut or partial score, you can stop right where you need to stop, and you know that's where you have cut to or scored to. The scoring blade is a thin piece of metal that is rounded and soft. Not soft, rounded though, not sharp. The cutting blade is a triangular shape. The only thing I'm not a fan of is that this is not locked down or secured. I am aware of that, so when I'm moving around, I just kind of have my thumb on it. It's actually at a comfortable place for me to carry it like this. But if by chance my thumb is not, which this is not comfortable, this is comfortable for me. But if by chance I pick it up by the wrong side or not in a comfortable way and it flips open, my blade never falls out. It is secure in there. So that is a nice feature. Let's go ahead and change out my cutting blade for my scoring blade, and I'll hold it here kind of at an angle so you can see. I just lift one side of it and it comes out very easy. With my scoring tool, I just kind of put one side in and then press the other side down, and it works out very well. One thing that I like about having 6.5 inches and then a good 2 inches on the other side is if I'm scoring multiple lines because I want to make a box or something of that nature, I don't have to get my score done here and then move my paper around over here to score. I can simply put my paper in on one side and get all my scoring done. So for example, if I only want 1/4 of an inch, I will line that up to 1/4 of an inch, which I like having this grid there. It's very nice, very handy. This is wide enough and solid enough that I can press my paper up against it. I got good support for my fingers there, and I can go ahead and score that. And then let's go ahead and move to say 2 inches score, and then let's go on down to 4 inches. Now you will notice these scoring lines are thin. They are not wide like if you use a ball shaped stylus, you get a wider score. And what I really like about having the more narrow is I know for a fact that my score is going to be, when I fold it, at 1/4 of an inch. I have done some wider ones where it just kind of had me off just a hair on my corners. It gives you a nice beautiful corner there, and you get nice corners no matter which way you fold your paper, and you can see it's very easy to follow that scoring line. So here's a look. Here's at the inside of that score. Hopefully you can see that. And here's the other inside of that score. It's just very neat. I believe I have shared with you everything about the paper trimmer. If you have any questions about it, please let me know. They do sell replacement trimmer blades and scoring blades. They come 2 cutting blades, 1 scoring blade in a pack for $6.95. This is just a great quality, a great investment for your paper crafting because it is used so very often. This paper trimmer has greatly reduced my paper trimming and scoring frustration that I've had over the years, and it is by far my favorite. So if you are considering purchasing one, you can rest assured that it is a great investment for your paper crafting hobby or business. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me.